Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Etchi, and I'm an average Drow Enjoyer. I used to have an almost 60% win rate with her, and then I started playing with this guy. We will be taking a look at him trying her out in unranked. This should be the real match on Drow of his against humans. I did teach him some of the basics. We had some practice sessions against bots and such. We will be seeing if he still remembers some of the tricks or if he forgot all of them. What I want to take a closer look at in this game isn't really him solo carrying it. I have no bets on it. I can already call the game a loss. That's how much faith I have in him. But I do want to see if he improved in certain aspects of the game. I want to see how well he performed in the laning stage and if he contributed at all in any form to the game at all. If his presence was felt, if he farmed the map, if he put pressure on towers and such, if he contributed to team fights and such. If indeed he managed to do alright on those, I think I can give him the green light to pick Drow again. Otherwise, we'll be back to square one. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. And luckily we'll be using his recording for it, and we'll get to see his thought process. So, starting off with the picking phase, lifestealer ban, usual stuff coming from him. Normally I wouldn't recommend on picking Drow in the first phase, but at our MMR bracket she gets snatched so easily, so I wouldn't really mind it for him to secure it.
5 seconds remaining.
I'll pick, since nobody has picked.
Bad mentality.
Oh, right. Oh, do I remember how to use these things? Might not.
Thankfully I updated the guide he uses. Otherwise he would have bought a Quelling Blade about now.
Oh, Band of Alvinkin, I believe I need to get...
It looks like Lifestealer still got through. It's not really that bad against Drow, but Rose struggles against him. Bangalore can go either way. If he gets the drop on you, then you're pretty screwed. One of the rare games where you want to buy a BKB. Team composition, he seems to be going top with them. Oh, god damn it. Winter Wyvern can be pretty bad against her. Enigma is often a problem.
Of cringe.
Queen of cringe.
Wait, didn't I ban the Lifestealer?
He still doesn't understand that the banning thing is a chance thing. And Wind Ranger is usually disfavored
How does
against
that
Drow.
work?
People complaining about lack of tank, alright. It's not like they had last pick or something. It doesn't seem to be going top with a Luna, so we can already expect the laning phase to be griefed. The OD might make a bit of space in the early game.
Nice.
Hopefully either of them gets to use it.
Agreed.
Right.
So she has frost arrows.
Prepare
I hope he
for battle.
remembers how to use them.
So be it.
Her gust, her multi-shot, and passive. Let's see, I need...
Already AFKing shops. Not that it matters this early on, but
Bald of Elvenskin.
but I do want him to be.
I kind of forgot how
with
to
his
do
camera
this.
movement.
This is gonna be terrible.
Yes.
Already kind of screwing up the quick buy things. Not
I think
that
I
it
need
matters,
two,
but
right?
usually you'd want to finish the threads first.
2 and then...
If the lane goes
our
well enough, you can
threads.
just get enough Elven skins as you want.
30 seconds to battle.
We'll be needing about 3 of them with my build. I'll usually recommend on Dragonlance and a Yasha which goes into a manta.
Good enough.
They're fighting over there.
Maybe he can snatch the rune.
Way ahead of you.
I think he wins against Enigma at level 1. Oh, he remembers how to use the frost arrows. Never mind, he just used one of them.
Battle begins. That's my
That's still a rune secured.
I'm notched. I'm taught. I'm ready to fly.
Do we get another one? No. Oh.
Bangalore snatched it.
Onward.
Bangalore can be a bit burdensome in lane, from my experience. He's squishy enough, but Drow doesn't
Silence.
do enough damage to take him down early on, at
That's
least
annoying.
without support assistance.
My
Does seem like
goals.
her Shadow Demon
Probably
showed up top
fighting with
instead
the
of Luna.
Pangolier.
Battle.
Let's see. 2, 1. Alright, he got the first last hit.
I'll
This
cut
game
it
is a
out
win.
with your name on it.
Not really. Looks like the enemy knows how to
How
pull
many
creep
can you
aggro.
do already in the beginning? This is gonna be cancer, isn't it?
And they're fairly weak. Oh, and they give a lot of gold nowadays. Want to lane against more Enigmas from now on.
Frost.
It does give extra money.
We still managed to get quite a bit of gold out of that.
Go in silence.
Alright.
Four.
Last hitting. He's improved quite a lot by the looks of it.
Feel the fire.
It's going a bit too close for comfort. This is a bit of a bad spot to be in because usually I tell him not to auto-attack the creep wave, but in situations like this where there are more enemy creeps than your creeps, you would want to do it because right now, even though he walked close to them, so now he's at half health. If his creeps die, all of the enemy creeps get to hit him, which will put him in kill range. That being said, the Enigma's Eidolons are also targeting him.
Ah, those stupid...
Alright, just hit him, Billy Boy. Was that a... Yep. Too early on the second tango.
Is sealed.
Look at that. Beautiful. Talking to him even though he can't hear me. He's tanking creeps right about now.
Can you
Not ready on.
please keep attacking something else?
There's quite a lot of missed last hits. It's a bit difficult under tower. Especially for a beginner.
Well.
Not
Oh, I have my...
taking a bit of time to scale his stuff.
Oh, well,
Missed
okay, I
that.
need to get
Could that be a quick cast problem?
used to this.
I usually advise against quick cast on multi-shot, unless you're quite accustomed to it.
Alright, he's through.
Silent as mist. Agreed.
His support already flaming him.
He's complaining about me,
He is indeed, and this is a death.
and I'm dead.
Beautiful.
Why don't you train and practice for new players, for fuck's sake? Is that him?
Yeah, that's him.
Because-
That's your support. It's not that
It
the
is.
enemy is actually good, to be honest.
Well, maybe I'll leave you alone to it then. God damn it.
Yeah, the enemy laners are fairly bad. The
So
only
be it.
thing you're concerned with is getting clicked by the Eidolons. It just gets solved by clicking them back or using your multi-shot against them.
I thought you'd never ask.
Going away.
Feel my cold embrace.
Right. So, level 2 in Frost Arrow, he's already using his multi-shot again. I have to talk about that. Basically, the good thing about Frost Arrow is that at level 2 it ensures a bit of lane dominance. You can just cast it off cooldown on an enemy and they'll take a lot of damage. They'll get to be slowed. Your support can follow up. It's usually good at putting them out of lane. As for level 1 multi-shot, I would advise only using it when you know you can secure a last hit with it. Doing it like this, not only you have each creep hit by 1 arrow at this max distance, but the problem is at level 1 it does far less damage than at level 4. It's almost neglectable. You'd be better off just clicking the things. So usually you'd want to wait until level 3 or ideally level 4 multi-shot to start spamming it on creeps. And even better if you have level 5, so that it gets the ultimate proc on each arrow, which will deal increased damage and secure almost the entire wave if you do it correctly. A bit of harass on the Pango out of it, but now the lane is pushing into them. There isn't much they can do. Maybe Shadow Demon can secure a kill on the Pango with a few poison stacks, but I doubt it. How many does it have? 4? Might be blind.
Arrow fly.
This isn't an ideal position to farm in.
Not yet.
They are keeping their distances using it again. Maybe?
My sentiments as well.
This might lead to a kill. He used the jump. Increased armor a bit if you hit him.
He's not even... I guess I have to put down some...
Don't buy words! Don't!
Death comes silently.
I'm screaming at him, but he doesn't
He's
hear
doing
me.
it. Finally.
Yeah, finally. What do the words achieve to you when the enemy is behind their own tower?
Feel the frost.
No?
Tastes so sweet.
Power.
Yes.
Yes, the shopping thing is a bit bothersome. He misses last hits because of it.
That was my
All
thought.
of the
Enigma
time.
missing, Pangolier
This
missing.
is basically why I can't trust him to play position 1. Because as position 1, you really have to prioritize the creeps.
Arrow fly.
Missed that. Had to use multi-shot for the second for some reason. Even though no one's contesting him, he missed that one as well. See, he's missed about 250 gold in the last 2 creep waves. That could have set him far closer to his power threats. Though he bought the second band of Elven Skin now. And still prioritizing the kill even though he's close to their tower instead of the creeps right in front of him.
Quiver.
You know, people usually recommend Drow Ranger for beginners. I'd really advise against her. She's good at what she does, but you have to understand her better. It took me a bit of time to understand her as well, but now she's my best hero. I have about 100 games on her.
Okay.
I really enjoy the playstyle,
Need to try and get those a bit more.
even though it seems simple.
My bow is drawn.
You can actually use the Q to target him on the tower, to harass him a bit, and the tower won't aggro on you.
I'm under attack.
The tower will aggro on you if it only gets to choose between you and the catapult. You have priority.
I go in silence.
Oh, I need some mana probably.
This isn't really good. I mean, the Shadow Demon is applying some pressure, but
probably
the lane has been close to the enemy
not
tower
strong
for
enough.
about, what, 4 minutes now? That's pretty bad.
Onward.
Maybe a tango as well.
They are dewarding,
Battle.
and now they're taking care of the jungle. Shadow Demon seems to be doing the good old walk back to base.
My bow is drawn.
Value point in the silence, usually good against Pango. Prevents him from escaping or going on you. Level 5 on Enigma, I think he might have been jungling. Both of them have level 5 now, too. Usually I'd expect them to go on him at level
Yeah,
6,
I died.
but this secures it
Guess
just
he
as
went
fine.
away.
Yeah, with a Shadow Demon gone, you Can't really let
I
the
should have
Enigma wrap up on you.
seen that better though.
About 8 minutes in the game and only 17 last hits. It's not really a troublesome lane, to be honest. It's pretty simple.
What's this?
There are far more pressuring lanes out there, far more better enemies that you can go against. They've been pretty relaxed on him as thus far. Shadow Demon has been keeping them off his butt.
Quiver.
But the lack of last hits is starting to get to him, and also he didn't send his stuff to
As well.
him. Probably died before the courier arrived, and the courier delivered them back to base.
Silent as mist.
Usually you'd want, at the very least, ideally a
Death comes
threads by
silently.
minute 5, but it can be later as well.
Are fortified.
He's warding, that's very nice.
See, no one's contesting him. All he has to do is get the last
Arrow
hit.
fly. Agreed.
This isn't a kill either way.
Hmm?
I go
He
inside.
missed half a creep wave again. To be honest,
To the fray.
I should praise him for paying more attention to the enemy side, to the enemy himself, because up until now he only looked at his side of the map, at his tower, even though the action took place right in front of his hero.
Rangers with candy.
Okay, fine. Enigma is missing.
But as a position 1, the creeps come first, the
That's my thought.
harassing the enemies with your support comes second. This tower has been taking quite a lot of damage though, so
Onward. Feel the frost.
staticking the wave there isn't too ideal, but oh, he bought the wrong one.
Very well.
So the threads thing is something most players know about at this point, but you can build power threads with any of the 3 components, either the Belt of Strength, or the Band of Elven Skin, or the Medal of Intelligence, I think. Or was the Robe of the Magi? I think Robe of the Magi. And you'll get your power threads, but he actually bought 2 Band of Elven Skins right about now, and bought the Belt of Strength as well. This delays his threads even further, because he would have now had them completed if he waited to buy only the boots. And this is even less than ideal considering how powerful power threads are. They have incredible stats, and Drow is pretty stat dependent. It enables her to farm faster and get around moving as well, because once you get your power threads and level 6, you can start slowly trying to incorporate jungle into your farming pattern. So lane and jungle, the hard camp over here, a prime example, especially in a relatively easy lane like this one, where the enemy is leaving you alone. But we've surpassed the 10-minute mark, and we got 26 last hits. This is overall an improvement for him, considering he only used to average about 20 back in the day. So this is also a hero he doesn't really play, so I can overlook it. He might have enough time to... No, I interrupted the action.
I'm
He
dead
dies anyway.
again.
Um,
Out of mana.
No, Pangolier. Forgot his,
running in a straight line. You know, the boots would have helped him sidestep a bit better.
they're both there.
And the courier still hasn't delivered its items to him. This is painful to watch. And he took the Tome of... Oh, god damn it. Rose, you leave that
Next
for the
up.
supports.
Magic wand? Should I get a magic wand at this point?
It's a bit too late for Magic Wand. The enemy might... I'm not sure if we want to go back to this lane. The enemy is stronger than us. That inventory first to look at. See, this is the problem. This is the problem with it. Now you have too many items. Well, I guess regen and such, but these two would have combined with the boots in the threads, and then you would have had what, 2 to 3 slots left for whatever other items you wanted to buy.
Arrow, find your target.
Ah, somebody's coming here.
Somebody's
To push.
seems to be rotating. Maybe they get a kill on the panga. Usually as a draw you'd want to lead with your silence. It's a very great silence. AoE, 4 seconds at level 1.
I did it wrong.
In the wrong. Yeah, he did it in the wrong direction. That might once again be
Very well.
he's not uniting with the team.
Okay. Maybe I can
Yeah,
help.
he can contribute with a multi-shot. That spell does a lot of damage now with the ultimate at level 3.
Where is he?
Silence too, maybe. It's a bit too far out. Luckily the OD
Did you
got
get
him.
him? Yeah. Okay.
And he's buying his wands. God damn it. Now he's buying his wand before completing the boots. I think we even had a game previously where we lost, but it went for 20 to it went for 30 plus minutes, and he still didn't have boots on Crystal Maiden, and like any sort of boots. He had the components
Let's
for
go.
his tranquils, but not the
Maybe
boot
I should have
component
stayed
itself.
though. But hey, no.
Yeah, that's
Leaving was a good choice.
was a decent
Let me
enough
go
choice, but now you're full
down.
HP and you need to go somewhere else. Maybe take middle, since it's been taken care of. You can
Yes.
farm the wave and farm the small camp next to it to try to catch up a bit.
So, do I need to sell these slippers of agility?
Well, if you
I
bought
don't
your
remember.
items in
I'll
the
have
right
to ask
order,
again how this works.
if you bought your items in the right order, you wouldn't have had the need to sell them. You would have had a full inventory. Please don't tell me he queues up the next item.
Let's get our slippers first.
Top tower is under attack.
Do I have
Way ahead of you.
do not?
Yeah, the OD is complaining about their lack of farm. He won his lane middle, but now he's feeding top, and actually he isn't feeding.
Your top tower is under
He's trying his best to make space on the map, but to no avail. We've basically wasted like 2 minutes now coming bottom and not even being in position to help our team.
I go in silence.
your top tower.
Yeah,
is under
indeed.
attack.
What I do here with if 3 of them are on top, Lifestealer is middle, and there's only a Wind Ranger here. Like Luna and Drow Ranger can just melt through towers.
Your top tower
Could have
is under
silenced.
attack.
Silence all.
The
Bit late on
enemy's
it, but
top tower
yeah,
is
she got
under
her
attack.
wind run off.
Your
Yes.
top tower is
And now we're diving the tower. Now he's TPing top instead of staying here and applying pressure to the tower. Isn't too ideal.
tower is under attack.
But hopefully he gets some uninterrupted farm now that bottom has been pressured. Finally finishing the threads.
Bounty runes,
He
nice.
has yet to put any clarity in his inventory and using it.
Good enough. Arrow.
The top tower did indeed fall, which is decent enough, but yeah, looks like they did go bottom after all.
Sealed.
So that's on Luna and Witch Doctor for lingering there,
Mm.
because this,
So be it.
even though this is low MMR,
Oh, I
the
need to
15
use
minutes
that.
is no longer.
Okay,
in
finally. So
To battle.
agility.
Agility.
I
Can
think
we,
I can sell these.
can we hit
slippers
something
now.
while managing inventory,
Alright.
please? No, no. Look at the counter going up. The seconds passing by.
Silent as mist.
Days grow shorter. Life grows shorter.
The secrets of the wood are mine. Bite.
No.
Frost.
Taking a few seconds to level up his ability instead of taking care of the last hits.
Stand and deliver.
Thankfully he got a catapult, that's a lot of gold.
Feel the bite of frost.
Did he use his second clarity while the other one was...
Icus
already
killed
ongoing?
someone.
I don't know.
Feel the frost.
Won't,
Rune here, double
go
damage
back for
rune.
it.
He took it himself.
Very well.
This is tempting fate already. Maybe you multi-shot this and get out. Farm a bit of jungle.
Quiver.
Actually, the enemy team is dying. Maybe you can pressure the tower instead.
My
Need
sentiments
to go
as
back.
well.
Oh, let me get my...
I
Could have
go
maybe
in
farmed the enemy
silence.
triangle.
Oh, I can sell these,
Not that one! Ah!
That was my thought.
This is
Okay.
pain, this is misery. Now he's 12,000 gold away from his Dragonlance or whatever he wants to buy next. This is painful to watch.
My bow is drawn.
I need to go. It's Life Stealer.
Alright.
Also, I need
I think the
Wraith Band.
the game
Let's
is pretty
go with
much-
Falcon Blade immediately.
Silence is
Falcon Blade.
waste.
haven't bought that in ages, but it's alright. Usually you'd want it far earlier on, but whatever. Yeah, he completely forgot about the item that I told him about.
Not enough.
He should have sold the Slippers of Agility, if even not the Bands of Elven Skin.
Life Stealers here.
But yeah, at this point the game is already in
Good enough.
a bad spot. And I
To
guess he
battle.
doesn't have any neutral item either.
Your top tower is under attack.
No? Do we go there? Do we not go there? Can we make up our mind?
Are fortified.
Can we multi-shot the wave?
Silence.
Lifestealer is level 13.
Forward.
No, we don't want any of those last hits.
Way ahead of you.
Can we hit him maybe? Although his team might be behind him.
Agreed.
Can we use a clarity on ourselves? Have some mana? Yeah, thank you.
I'll cut a notch with your name on it.
Yeah, Lifestealer is tempting fate all on his own.
Fly.
And Odie is chasing him, but his draw isn't following. I guess he won't get him anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Are these things?
Your bottom
Multi-shot?
tower is
Multi-shot?
under attack.
Multi-shot?
Arrow. Fly.
The good thing about Falcon Blade is some nice early stats, and it provides you with mana
Okay,
regen to keep up with the
next up.
multi-shot.
Is
But
oh,
but you'd usually want it in the
no,
first few
that's
minutes
not
of
what
the
I
game.
wanted to do.
Feel my cold
That's
embrace.
good.
Finally got a neutral
Okay,
item.
next up. Oh, Manta style?
Your
Like,
middle
oh,
tower is
Dragonlance.
under attack.
Forward.
Oh, that's
Realization?
why I needed.
Realization.
Okay. I'm sure.
Onward.
Actually, yeah, they're dying there. Let me
Teleport.
just.
Went to
bow is
waste.
drawn.
So now I know why I needed those. I'm sure
Yeah,
somebody's
somebody
shouting
is-
at me now.
somebody was indeed shouting at you.
I go in silence.
Zero was at bottom, GG.
Man, he likes to complain a lot, doesn't he?
I mean,
Very well.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
he has reason to complain as well. But
Let me push.
wards at bottom isn't really the reason you guys are losing. One of them, but it is the reason you guys aren't winning, but it isn't the reason you guys are
Your
losing
bottom tower
right about
is
now.
falling.
Wars are great if you can be decent enough at gathering resources and using them accordingly to put pressure on the map. But otherwise, they're just sitting targets.
My time has come.
You can't make any offensive plays when you're behind on so much like you are right now.
So be it.
Don't
My
tempt fate.
sentiments as
Don't
well.
tempt fate. Your whole team
Probably
is dead.
gonna come here.
Maybe
No?
multi-shot the
That
next
was
wave,
my thought.
greed it for it, and then out. Out, out, out. Out and about. No?
Forward.
It doesn't seem to want to. The enemy team doesn't seem to defend either.
Radiant structures are fortified.
You go away.
Yep.
Agreed.
Luna is chain feeding
Probably
bottom,
they're
so we
gonna
don't
be
really
back.
have a second core to make up for our
My sentiments as well.
lack over here.
One more band. Okay.
Very well.
There's too much hesitation in hitting the creeps. Takes too long. Like every second is valuable. While
That's my thought.
you could have just sent your hero to deal with a small cap while you send those things out.
Your middle tower is under attack.
It's the small efficiencies that make you come ahead.
Your middle tower has fallen.
So be it.
Why it was...
No,
I should have gone there, perhaps.
no, you
Wait.
shouldn't. No, he's a bit overwhelmed.
Dismissed.
He should maybe go middle,
Oh,
but
that's
he doesn't
annoying.
have
I
a
guess I'll go to the
teleportation scroll.
middle.
Yeah.
To battle.
I thought I had sent my items to me.
And no one in his team seems to be intent on split pushing.
I'll
Luna
take that.
seems to want to fight, but she's
Your
not good
middle
at it.
tower is under attack.
My
Oh,
goal
there's
is to-
there's somebody here.
Yes.
Life stealer.
Good enough.
Is there actually someone there? I didn't look.
I'm not sure I can take on life stealer.
Lifestealer is top Moron,
Onward.
and you're still not going bottom.
Dragonlance. Okay.
Or mid, actually.
I go in
Still not going mid.
silence.
Your top tower is under attack.
Like, look at Lifestealer, he has the game of his life. Yeah, some of his team is dying here and there, but he gets a free farm. What do you get? You get a free farm as well, on behalf of your team, but you're not doing it. You're not hitting the creeps, you're too afraid.
Okay. Next up is Manta.
You're AFKing here instead of
Style, I
sending your
believe.
hero middle to deal with that creep wave. How can someone rely on you to carry a game if you don't have the necessary items?
Your top tower
How can you
is
have the
under
necessary items if you don't know how to farm?
Up? Oh.
You need to make use of every second, and for the last
Onward.
couple of minutes you've just
Yeah.
ran
Push
around
that out.
hitting things occasionally, but not always. You have to always hit something, be it a creep or a hero. It doesn't matter.
Stand and deliver. Silence. Good enough.
I don't know why the witch doctor is coming here. I'm not sure you two can get anything done on him.
Death comes silently.
And look at your movement. Like, usually I don't see this movement coming from you, like what you did right there. That simple back and forth. Just taking a step back. You seldom do these sort of things. You're doing them now because you're afraid the lifestealer is still there. You still have lifestealer PTSD, even though he can't really do much to you right about now. Usually you just mindlessly go to hit those creeps. This sort of movement is good. Don't get me wrong, it's really amazing that you're doing it, but I need you to be to do it more mindfully.
Death comes silently.
Mindfully of what the enemy team is doing, mindfully of what the enemy team is, of how strong they are compared to you.
My enemies.
I know this is a bit
I
much
should've
to
maybe
ask from
done
a
it
new
differently.
player, from a newish player.
That
You
was my
got over 100 hours at this point, but keeping an eye on the enemy movements and understanding their power level allows you to capitalize more on the map. And capitalizing more on the map means getting more farm. Speaking of getting more farm, there's like 3 lanes pushing into you and you're farming none of them. You should maybe TP bottom now and
That's cool.
take care of
Go
that.
in silence.
You could also maybe try to death ball with your team to catch up a bit, but
I'll take that.
I doubt it will work out.
Hmm?
Very well.
Down?
And at moments like this, I wish you had the know-how to click on your allies, like while you're hitting this creep camp, maybe click on the Luna, see what item she has.
Arrow.
You almost did
Find
it
your
there.
target.
And this this is good practice to get into, a bit of camera movement while you're AFK farming the jungle.
Gojo is doing a lot of work. Nice.
Yeah, Gojo is hard carrying this game.
My bow.
There's no two ways about it. That guy has been trying his hardest since he won mid, just to make enough space for you two guys to catch up, so he has an easier time late game.
The enemy's bottom tower.
Multi-shot. You're walking in melee range as Drow Ranger, less than ideal.
Go inside.
Don't walk into the black hole. Thankfully the Winter Wyvern first you. Silence maybe? And don't stand in the midnight pulse.
I need to go away.
I realized it. It worked out in the end. That's quite a lot of gold and experience coming your way. Now
What
we go.
was that?
Now we go push middle or stay around bottom and force that tier 2 tower. Your decision. Although that huge wave middle is looking tempting.
Good enough.
Luna is asking for Grove Bow.
Wind Ranger is on top.
Understandably doesn't trust her. It's a good item on him. He doesn't trust her to use it.
Forward.
Multi-shot this wave.
Radiant structures are
Bit too late.
Of
Alright,
course.
Alright. Yeah, I agree with you on this one, of course. Enemy team is respawning, middle is still being pushed in. This push over here isn't working out anymore. This is about the time you ferry yourself to
Gonna follow
Yasha
these guys.
and farm towards your triangle. Looking to sell the slippers of agility and long last there. You're on a ward. You silenced her. I'll try to get out. Shadow Demon purged you, luckily.
My bow is strong.
Not sure if it was needed, but
That was interesting. Okay,
This
let me
was-
get rid of these
yeah,
slippers, by
yeah,
the way. This is
exactly.
that probably that I should have
yeah, those are the things you should have.
sold.
Now give yourself the Yasha and back to farming you go. Like, what's stopping you from hitting the triangle here? Why are you going middle? Your entire team is there. Sure, there's a lifestealer and whatnot, but there isn't much you can do. The Odi and Odi isn't here. The rest of your team can get him, all the while you can get some items in the jungle.
Okay.
Like, how much did your gold went up there? From 400 something to 500, 100 gold. The ancient camp would have given you much more on its own,
Nice.
and the hard camp below it
seem
would
to
have given
be
you around 100 as
moving
well. That's 250 gold. you could
Fairly
have had.
well.
Good enough.
Now we're team fighting together, but you aren't really joining.
Here? Oh.
Once again, your team is carrying you to victory. Like, at this point, your only contribution to the game will be pushing towers, which Drow is really good at, but
Nice.
you have to rely on your team to make space for you to do that. And it's
Okay,
always
push.
good to be also part of what makes space for yourself. Also being there in team fights, landing a few of your spells here and there. Like right now, multi-shot is your bread and butter
As forced.
until you have a few more
You can still
items.
push the tower a
So
little
you can
bit.
do more damage with your right clicks. Because look at this tower. Look at how much damage is taken just from you and a creep wave alone. It's ridiculous. You do a lot of tower damage.
1, 2.
So instead of
probably gonna
Trying
come
to
here.
rely on our team to allow us to make us the space to kill the entire enemy team in order for us to push the towers like this.
Let's go.
We could
And
attempt to
yeah,
help them out.
I knew I overstayed my welcome.
Yeah. Thankfully you did. But greed is a powerful factor as a carry, so I don't blame you for it. I
I could have gotten
would have
way,
stayed
way
there
sooner.
perhaps myself. Buying the recipe first, even though you have an empty slot in your
got the
inventory.
recipe already. Again, shard.
Like I do that from time to time as well, but usually when you have an empty slot in your inventory, that's better for the ultimate orb instead of the recipe that gives you nothing. The ultimate orb gives you +10 to all
The
stats.
Outworld Destroyer is good.
Yeah, he is good. He's busting his
22?
ass trying to save this game. Him, Witch Doctor, and Shadow Demon are doing quite a lot of
Lifestealer.
work. Hopefully the Luna will come online later on, so
I guess I'll go here.
you guys can rely on her, but I can also foresee a 5-man black hole leading to enemy victory.
Fair trade. To battle.
You see the enemy on the minimap, they're lingering around middle, all the while a wave is bottom. Maybe we can go there.
Oh,
Lifestealer here. Yeah, they seem to be wanting to invade your stuff. You'd have
Very well.
probably done better to initiate with the silence, that way he doesn't get his BKB ability off.
My sentiments as well.
where is he? There?
All the while, the farm bottom is gone.
Feel
It's
the
like
bite of
300 gold
frost.
less you have now. I understand the situation, but you would have scared him away. You managed to scare him away on your own.
Way ahead of you.
140 last hits at 30 minutes.
They're mid.
Isn't ideal.
Agreed.
Thankfully, you bought the
That's my thought.
Falcon Blade to help you up with the mana regen.
Onward.
I also wouldn't mind seeing you buy the
Somebody
shard
farmed this recently.
here straight away and getting the manta later on. You aren't doing much fighting, and the fighting you do will have to be from a distance either way, so multi-shot is still your bread and butter, and with a shard it does a lot of damage and gets a lot of stacks on the enemy. And if you do it on a creep wave, then they take increased damage because the creeps die and they do splash damage upon death.
Way ahead of you.
Maybe we can silence the Wind Ranger.
Not yet. So be it.
Multi-shot. Beautiful. Now out. Alright, now back in. Silence in one.
Need to
he
be
had a
careful.
He had a black hole. You could have silenced the black hole.
My
You could have
sentiments
silenced the black hole. Yeah. Thankfully, you still managed to turn the fight. Ultra kill for the OD. That's good.
Oh,
Yeah, this is actually the first good contribution of the game. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is what you have to do. Not
Radiant structures
you haven't
offer
performed
I'll
ideally in
take
it,
it.
but it's good enough. It is good.
double
Be good. Take the
damage.
DD and run it middle. Apply some more pressure on the tower.
Nope.
Maybe we get it. No, no, we go elsewhere. Right? We waste half the DD on just moving from to and from.
My bow is
Maybe you can set up a kill with the Luna. Luna has a shadow. Of course, she has a shadow blade. This is terrible.
where is he?
Start with Gust as always. That way he doesn't get his BKB off. Nope. Started with the wrong thing.
bite frost.
See, now he gets to run away.
Where is he?
Good enough.
Yeah. Thankfully he came out. Good. The good thing about Drow is
I thought they warned
the good thing about Drow is that the shard also counters heroes like Lifestealer because it is
That was a
basically
good
passive
team up
stun.
with,
fodder.
even if it's with Luna.
Arrow.
Lost in the hoods, Arya. Yeah.
We should
have
have
your-
pushed a bit,
you have your
perhaps.
Yeah, you should have pushed a bit instead of chasing that, but it's alright. At the very least, the enemy carry isn't doesn't
they're
have a
all
game,
back.
so they can only rely on Wind Ranger, Enigma, and Pango to do
Mhm.
work for them.
Oh, he's close by.
Multi-shot that. It looks so juicy. What's stopping you? Now your OD gets it. I think you got most of
Way
it.
ahead of you.
I heard a BKB being popped off. Someone did it.
To battle.
I think Enigma might have accidentally BKB'd. Perhaps. Now we have our...
My bow is drawn.
She sent it. Good. Next in line, what item will you queue up next?
Gojo, nice.
Maybe this game isn't ideal for...
I guess they're doing that.
Your team is carrying
You
you.
can go
Run
mid
it
and
middle.
push.
Push the tower. Good idea. Like, if you you and Luna
Let's
hit
see.
the
Can I get
enemy
there?
tier 3, the Luna will just take care of their barracks. Again, start with a silence, please. Silence. Silence. Manta. Just to distract them a bit. This is also why I said the thing goes either way between Drow and Panda,
I
because
did it
she
wrong.
deals a lot of
Oh. Need to get away.
she deals a lot of physical damage that goes
Why?
to his
Oh shit.
spell immune roll. Maybe you can, if you'd multi-shot it there, maybe Pango died. Multi-shot, you have spells. You can at the very least try to
I
ensure
did
your
use
shadow
the
demon is
Manta
getting
Ray
out.
apparently. Ah.
With carries like this, who needs enemies? And look at how much damage that thing does. What's stopping you from using it? Right, there's a
Over
wave top.
there.
My bow is drawn.
You multi-shot that wave
I
and
need
try
to.
to retreat.
Okay, I have the Manta style, so I need
Like,
to use
look
it
at how big it
actually.
is.
We need to
Look
get
at the minimap.
BKB. Mask of Madness.
Agreed. I'll take that.
Oh, wait, did you say Mask of Madness? I
So
hope he
be
doesn't
it.
want to buy that. Mask of Madness is more of a, oh shit, I lost my lane.
How do I?
I need to come back into the game. Please, for the love of God, multi-shot that before Luna gets it. Multi... So much farm going to waste. Going to Luna. At
Cool.
the very least you got that guy. But you could have gotten the quick wave as well.
Good
Your
enough.
middle tower is under attack.
Middle.
Middle, suffering from the same thing. You have a TP. You should TP there.
Very well.
Look at all that juice you're missing out on. Could have been like 300 last hits right about now if you did the small things like this.
Silent as mist.
Could have had one more item right now.
Sorry.
Onward.
Instead your witch doctor gets it. Closer to that Aghanim's, every witch doctor in hell will rushes it. Hopefully it will carry us the
Maybe
game because you're not doing
BKB.
it.
Where is the BKB? No BKB?
What do you mean BKB?
Forward.
That item is for pussies.
Blind.
BKB, the fucking chick of him.
Also, I probably need to start keeping some money for
Buyback.
buybacks, but even then,
A bit too early for that still. 37 into the game, a bit too early to keep up for buyback. Yeah, this is Herald. Hit those scripts with low, but hit them. Yes. This is why I stay awake at night.
Silent as mist.
Right? You know the enemies
oh,
around
there
here.
she is.
Silent.
Don't go close to
Okay,
the
where
shadow.
is the BK?
Don't buy a BKB, for the love of God, don't
Bar.
buy a BKB. Please. When did I... Who taught you that?
Your middle tower
I mean, I know it's great for Marcy and all, but... it's great for Draw to, I'll admit it, that item is busted, but we can make do without it.
Your middle tower
Like,
is under
as Draw, you want to
How can
stay
I
as far away as
select
possible.
the others again?
F3
Oh,
to select all. Silence. Beautiful silence. Finally did something right in this game. Well, again, second contribution
she
to the
missed
game,
her,
just that.
bottom tower has fallen.
Like,
Agreed.
you interrupted the 3-man black hole. Otherwise,
Also, I'm never
if you didn't
changing
did it,
her
Enigma would have killed them all. Well,
things.
half of them. Alright, it looks... I'm not jinxing it. I'm not jinxing it.
That was my thought.
He's hiding inside.
Yeah, he ran away with a creep. Just look at him. Look at him. Whee!
He's hiding inside.
That's a life stealer for you. Thankfully, he didn't really use the space his teammate for him this time, so he's suffering from the same condition as you.
I haven't been.
Only difference is that you have
Maybe I need to get the Yasha.
you have Yash already in the
and,
meta.
oh, the butterfly. I think the butterfly is what
Beautiful.
was needed, right?
Yeah, that was it. That
I go
that
inside.
trademark Echi build. Threads, Dragonlance, Manta, Butterfly,
Yes.
Daedalus. Don't need anything else. Sometimes you want to go Silver Age after Manta, but this is one of those games where you can man up with a Butterfly and Daedalus and kill everyone.
Sentiments as well.
Hopefully. Unless Enigma gets a drop on us.
Nice. Keep on killing them.
And now you get to hit the barracks uninterrupted.
I shall nip my
Game is looking alright.
Enemy's bottom barracks.
Not gonna say it. I'll be mindful of you this time around. Even though the game happened in the past, I don't want to jinx it for you. For the love of God, hit buildings. He didn't do. You have almost 300 damage. Pretty big attack speed. Look at them. They just died.
They're almost there.
Maybe you can greed it for the finish right about now. Either that or going pushed up.
yes.
Your OD is diving, so we greed it for the finish just to be close to him to back him up. Look at it go. You can totally go and click on the Pango. No? Creeps are alright too. Structures too. Now you're needlessly running away. Maybe a silence, a multi-shot, a bit too late for everything. No, nothing.
Let's go back.
Yeah, just running away. Run it back, run it back. I spoke too soon.
Okay.
Agreed.
On the plus side, the Luna
Probably
survived.
good.
So this game has two carries, two moderately incompetent carries that can at the very least do a lot of damage once the
Very well.
competent OD and the supports make enough space for you
To
to.
be careful though. They might be here.
No, I think they're going bottom.
Oh, that's a huge
lot.
ton of them.
Look at that.
Look
Don't
at
you get
this.
hard when you see that?
Embrace.
Just look at your gold. Beautiful.
Need to hide. Yay, butterfly.
Onward.
Italy.
And next, what do I need
Could have
next?
totally pushed out. Could have totally pushed out top with your illusions.
Monkey King bar?
Maybe
No,
for
we
Wind
don't need
Ranger, but
that.
not necessary. We can get Daedalus.
Silver Edge.
Oh, Silver Edge is good enough.
Hmm?
They want you to defend mid,
Your
most
middle
likely.
tower is under attack.
So sweet.
Dire structures are fortified.
Middle
Just use a
tower.
fortification. The side lanes are being pushed in. They don't get a lot of it. Ooh, they got Roche.
Oh, they got for the roof.
Alright, maybe we don't get picked off here.
Okay.
There's an Enigma behind you. Hopefully you recognize it. Hopefully you back up and your team tank everything for you, so you can kill them from afar.
I go in silence.
Allahu Akbar. And Luna is still chasing the life stealer.
Way ahead of you.
Does she get him actually? Oh, Wind Ranger connected to her, but Luna got him in time.
Nice.
She
Luna's
will die
doing
for
a
it,
lot.
no doubt. Actually, Wind Ranger retreated.
Middle?
Forward.
She must have assumed every one of you is behind her. Although well, none of her team was around her either.
Oh,
So-
they're there.
Yeah, they're there. Maybe we can go silence them.
Agreed.
That spell is busted, by the way. Use it more often. The silence. Oh, Luna is doing work. Yeah, just like that. Oh, no. The Winter's Curse. Thankfully, you're not in it, so you're not killing your Luna. Yeah. If you took one step closer to this... If you took one step closer to this, your Luna would have died to you. Just saying, so... Good positioning, even though it's not intentional. Looks like you guys made quite a comeback in levels and gold and experience. So
My bow is drawn.
yeah, run it
I
mid.
just
Run it
shouldn't
mid.
really have done that.
Silent as mist.
Just run it mid. You
Something?
Queen of Cringe bought back.
My sentiments as
cringe.
well. Good enough.
right? Maybe the third game contribution of the game. Yeah. As you gain a few more items on draw, you can basically neglect the multi-shot unless the enemies cluster together and are on creep waves. You can just silence and click them to death. You you do 400 damage and attack quite fast, and you pierce their base armor, which Pango is an agility hero, so he doesn't have much health. His tankiness comes from the armor and his second spell.
Middle tower has
But yeah, actually this looks like a win. 5-man black hole right now. Oh, it's a win.
Very well.
Right, I hope you'll take a look at the graphs later on. Counter farm them, of course. Take Lifestealer as well. He deserves it.
structures are fortified.
Lifestealer? Anyone? No, they looks like they just wanna end it. And you're not even hitting the throne, you're AFK.
You did it!
Yeah, you did it. With a lot of help.
No thanks to me, mostly.
Yeah, mostly not thanks to you.
Victory.
But you had some good contributions.
But oh well. Gotta learn.
Yeah, Odie deserves the MVP for that one. If you don't commend him, I'll unfriend you. Finally level 1. Now you can laugh with her. Continue. Yeah,
Wow!
level
2
2.
levels at once.
Yeah, we completed the challenge. Sweet. Commend the teammates. Commend the teammates, you little shite. You should have been the most net worth on your team. Well, maybe second highest, considering
Let's
you have a
first
Luna that
see
hero farms faster
here.
than you, but
Average.
average.
Well,
Yeah.
it's the first
game.
one, so
Yeah, the first game.
that's only what
scoreboard,
can happen,
ideally.
right? I need to commend them. They
Yeah,
were really
yeah,
good.
Yeah. I will totally understand if they don't commend you back. But 4 deaths, that's quite a lot. That's quite a little. I think you had the lowest deaths on your team. You didn't really participate too much in team fights, but you didn't die a lot either, so that's good. On draw, you want to keep the death counter ideally under 8, even more ideally under 6. Just so you have a chance at carrying your team to victory. Which you didn't need to do this time around, but in case you do. Scoreboard, pretty enemy favored early on. OD busted his ass just to get you guys back in the game.
I think I need
Now,
to use
this.
the power threads when I'm using.
Alright, you had the most last hits in the game in a, what, 40-minute game? You could have had like 400. I know the pressure is a bit big, but it's really essential that you get items and everything on draw, just so you can be more useful to the team. Because your contribution this game was more than I expected. I didn't expect a win. I'm glad you won. I'm glad you had good contributions, but there's minor stuff that we can work on. You managed to get more last hits than your Luna, so no excuse not having... She didn't really use her kit, that hero's kit. That hero just farms fast. You can expect like 500 last hits by now if she just micromanaged everything. But yeah, it's quite alright. GPM under 500 doesn't really matter too much. The experience per minute I think was second highest on your team, which is good. It allowed you to come back sooner into the game because the early game didn't go too well for you. We'd like to see
The intelligence when I'm using the multi-shots.
You switching the power threads is a nice skill to get into. I don't I can see why people would do it, but for multi-shot I think you benefit a lot more from the agility than the extra mana. Don't quote me on this, I might be totally wrong, I'm just guarding. Alright, we want to see the other stats if possible, monsieur. No, just insta-king right after. Up. I guess I'll cut it short here and we'll do... Actually no, we're not cutting it short, we can do this straight away here. Like I said, I used to have over 60% on her, but then I started playing with Rose. No. I've done quite a bit of fuck-ups. Let's see, here it is, the draw match. Am I still recording the right thing? Yeah, thankfully. Right, damage, OD, how damage do that hero just deals a lot of damage, but as draw you have no excuse to be at 16. Even with how little fighting you did, a multi-shot here and silence there, you would have had much more damage on the enemies. You could have killed them faster. Your hero naturally deals a lot of tower damage. I'm surprised OD had the most, to be honest. I guess that's just the meteor hammer for you. And Luna had quite a... Luna was underperforming as well, yeah. That OD was carrying your guys' asses, so shoutouts to him. Herald 4, but knows what he's doing. And you won against the odds as well. Yeah, this is about it. So I think you learned quite a bit from this game. I'm giving you the green light to try and play draw again on your own, of course. I don't want to be in those games. I'm sorry. But yeah, so we learned the items, we learned about the importance of power threads, we learned about the importance of farming and not AFKing or moving places without hitting anything. We learned about which of our spells contribute the most to the game, the silence being one of the best ones. You can just you should always start with it when you're trying to chase someone down. Multi-shot is great in teamfights when the enemies cluster together. As you gain items, multi-shot falls off later on, so you can rely more on your silence and then just normal clicks. Unless the enemy, of course, is clustered again, it doesn't hurt to get a few stacks of the shard on everyone with the multi-shot. And last but not least, map movement, applying pressure, keeping your distance, yada yada yada. You know the drill, you'll get better. This is a surprisingly good performance. Like I said, I had lower expectations, but you're doing well for yourself. So that's about it. Is this the point where I say Naga Siren? No. No more Naga Siren for you. Up next we'll teach you how to play Naga Siren. She's pretty good at understanding how to micromanage illusions, so you'll get that learned pretty fast. It translates well into Manta heroes, like... Well, less so Draw, because her Manta illusions don't deal too much, but Luna's illusions do a lot, so we'll see about it. Right? GG.